Yeah, Monster Train 2 is probably gonna be fun. Really cool concept.
What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul. Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are.
So the four of us means that I'm here too, right? Means that the Schuster is an entity.
You're talking in circles.
There's another confirmation on that.
No, I'm talking in facts. Just be quick about it.
The only reason she was able to kill me last time was because I let her, and all she did was slit my throat. How is she supposed to end the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right? What proof could you possibly ask for? Literally anything. Fine. Check your pockets.
Okay. Dude, that would be crazy. What the hell? Oh no, my pockets are empty. Oh man. Check your pockets.
You put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence," written across the front. Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth."
If they wanted to do a funny, my wallet is gone. WTF is this? Hey, I'm him. If they want to do a funny viral marketing stuff for this, they should have sent a bunch of streamers that envelope and had them put them in their pockets before playing the game. Be like, hey, once the game tells you, you should reach into your pocket.
That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting? I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust that these rules are in place for a reason. I'm on your side.
Even worse handwriting than mine. The thing about my handwriting is that, like, at least this is stylized, you know what I mean? I love stylized handwriting. Mine is just generic and bad.
You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to? Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk. I think we've got everything out of him we're gonna get.
Who locked her in the basement? What is this
People
place?
locked.
What's her...
Oh. Of course. Yes. Right.
Mine is too tight and squiggly, yeah.
We're here because we're special.
I just have like, it's just, people are like, oh yeah, I see exactly what you've written here, it's just ugly.
Look, you're annoyed that you're here. I get it. I'm also annoyed that I'm here. But we're all in this together, and we're dealing with a bit of a ticking clock right now, so please just get to the cabin.
In the woods. You mean cave?
I've told you everything. Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for.
That's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
I mean, the narrator doesn't remember that he got eaten so far at least, so...
A warning. Before she will lie. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to.
Wink.
Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Nice.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison.
This world is
the only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
This whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different. Yes, but why? Did he change it? Or did it change all on its own? Maybe it's a different cabin entirely.
I guess interestingly too, we know that the narrator can force us to do things, so why does he need us to comply, right?
Now isn't that a novel thought? Maybe you haven't actually been here before, so focus up.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Approach the mirror, maybe I can stab it.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror.
I can't stab it.
You reach, but there was a mirror, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Man, I want to stab the mirror.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us?
Hopefully.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
So, we're really making sure I can't just cut the chain this time, huh? About to enter Aspen's streaming room, judging by the slime. Well, there's not enough cockroaches or rats. Speaking of, I think that just blasted my mind with a memory of what I was dreaming. I think I was dreaming that I had rats in my room.
So much for cutting her out of here. Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table.
It feels weird, right? Like who the narrator is the one who wants me to kill her. So do you think the narrator would remember what I tried to do in the first one, and then this is like his response to that? But at the same time, he doesn't seem like he can remember the princess, right? Because like in the first one, he was like, oh well, she doesn't have a. In the one we did before, it was like, well, she doesn't have a weapon. And it's like, well, her arm is a goddamn sword.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in
Rats
a place
in the
where everything
walls,
seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What if I chain myself?
That was there last time too, wasn't it? It was.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
I'm not sure I need to do much of anything. Do you see how locked up she is? I'm just going to leave her, sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Sit where you were told to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
Nice.
I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
Okay.
A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
He does know, that asshole.
Now hold on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods? Why lay out all those hypotheticals? We didn't have to talk in circles. I needed you to believe this was your first time here, even if that wasn't the truth. I hoped if I pushed back hard enough I could cram this seeping mess back into the bottle.
I'm harder, oh, okay.
And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
Better, faster, stronger.
That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before.
Uh-oh.
Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. All right? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that. I won't. Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
I'm really... That other chain on the wall, who is... just in case I don't get to ask her too many questions.
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Inspect the... you were asking about my intention earlier. What did you mean by that?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here?
I'll grab so I could cut her free again if I had to.
There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading? You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her. Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
What happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows?
Speaking as a psychologist, heads are overrated anyway. What's up, Velvet? Hello.
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
I prefer butts way more than I prefer heads. And I don't know if that's controversial or not, but I think butts are way more important than heads.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
The interesting thing here, though, is that I know why we're stuck in the loop, but I'm not telling them. How am I supposed to cut you out if you didn't notice your head is in a shackle too?
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that. She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't. Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you. Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us. So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons. Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world.
That's a good con.
And she might use it to kill you.
Maybe she'll cut herself a little bit and use the blood as loot to... that is a possibility, but we have witnessed her literally just slice her own arm off in order to escape, so...
That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none.
Also, is blood a good lubricant? I feel like it probably isn't. What does she promise not to end the world, though?
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
I'm just gonna inspect the shackle.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
It only accepted a pinky promise. Blood's an awful lube, yeah, I have to
Why
imagine.
is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle, and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
What? Wait, I did not just write to that. Ignore that. Okay. Sergeant standing in like a there's like a factory with a giant tractor or something. Like, all right, let me just pour some pig's blood on that. That should get it all working nice and smooth.
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
I got pinned. I don't know. Screenshot Sergeant for out of context. Hey, listen, I can't control any of this, Sergeant. This is on you. Oh, oops.
I don't know. Maybe it will.
I thought it was for our head. It looks pretty big.
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate. But what if he's telling the truth? He isn't. I am.
Inspect the shackle.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad. Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time. Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck. And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement. Excuse me?
Nice.
Yes? Are we stuck here now?
Become your own jailer.
Yes.
That's the achievement we got. The achievement is called Prison of the Mind. Become your own jailer.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now?
Jailer.
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve. That's horrible. It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Is it where Orochi starts now? It's not even the Orochi princess though.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch? No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
So you're both stuck here, huh? Oh, maybe I can get the suave. What was it called again? The swagger voice. Did you know that this was going to happen to me?
No.
Smitten, yeah, smitten. So we're both stuck here.
Yep.
What should we do?
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
No fun for small talk, are you?
Nope.
That's rude.
Wait in
You
silence.
and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring. There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing. But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent. At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything, she's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it. How exactly does that work? It just does. But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same. If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work. I suppose you're correct. Things are changing.
Oh.
The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger and larger.
Hey, have you noticed the basement changing?
I don't like small talk, remember?
Still rude. You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls. That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode. She hasn't starved. I guess she hasn't.
Oh, damn.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass, until suddenly, there are no walls. And then...
And then?
And... I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us. So this is the outside world. It's cold.
You're about to turn into a loot point in a Souls-like. True. But you do not get a chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we... And there's that...
There for you, but it's not
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I...
Push mirror. Gaze into your reflection. You're nothing at all. Bird face! But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
The narrator is the bird face? Save now? Okay. A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. Then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. I'm gonna write down these questions I choose, just in case when I get her later again, I get a chance to ask more questions. What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I am an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
You're the one who wants me to slay the princess. Why?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
And when I'm gone, just carry on, don't mourn. You said she contains death? What is she?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
The shifting mound. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's like a gajillion things you can ask this guy. Insane. If you want me to destroy the concept of transformation.
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
What would it be like to live in a world without her? What would it be like to live without her?
Light, burdenless, an eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear, no more howling chaos. Just life, forever. There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
Maybe I need to convince it that it's delusional. You're delusional.
I'm only delusional if I'm wrong. And I'm not wrong. I can't be wrong.
Why couldn't you have told me all this from the start?
If you actually knew what she was from the start, if you knew her capabilities, a single intrusive thought could have instantly ended the entire world.
What do you mean a single intrusive thought could have instantly ended the entire world? What do you mean an thought could have ended the world?
It's simple, really. She can become whatever people perceive her to be. That's easy. I'll just will her into something really small. But wait, what if I accidentally will her into something that ends the world? Oh no, what if just thinking that...
But isn't he perceiving her? Isn't he making me believe that? So am I not the one doing it then already?
But you wouldn't have finished your hypothetical thought because she would have already destroyed the world. Luckily for you, as you are now, you won't be able to will her into anything. You don't work the way a living being does. Not anymore.
Destroy the concept of death and then hide what remains as a sword-wielding lion living inside a floating dragon necropolis outside of time. Yeah, there we go. That makes sense. That makes sense, yeah. Average game Planescape Torment. I don't work the way a living being does.
You never were. You are the Long Quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death. For a time, this construct could help you approximate being alive, confining your mind to a single reality. But you've experienced far too many lives for it to work much longer.
Does anyone else know about this? Does anyone else know about this? My intrusive thoughts, her name is Lola. She is a showgirl with yellow feathers in her hair and a dress cut down to there.
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
Run, Death of the... I got a ship called Death of the Author. Nice, good meme. Is Lou Reed the dude that did that song that we had in Immortality, the Candy Says song? I'm remembering that wrong. I think you're out of time. So, how far back can I go? I don't recall. Not sure. That's a really good song in Immortality called Candy Says. I think that's a Lou Reed song, but I'm not sure. It sounds familiar at least. Also, I was just asking about Lou Reed and Immortality. That wasn't relevant to this. I just played that Immortality. Immortality is great. Literally one of my favorite games ever. So then the narrator broke the cycle of life and death and became an echo. But I'm not sure I understand completely. And the princess is whatever, well, she becomes that which others perceive her to be, but an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. Take her out of time.
So I am. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
That's a Lou Reed song. Nice. And that's like a live version. That's really good. And it's really good in Immortality. Super great moment. All of this is you. The Long Quiet. That was right, you are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god. And it's finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of the things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
The design of this is so good. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Good design, a lot of booba. Yeah, there's a decent amount of booba here, I guess. What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. but it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Let you out, an entire world ends for good. There's so many questions. There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
But if saying all this, why is this all falling on me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions and I need answers before I can make a choice.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. By believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck. Bound for eternity, you saw the need for impermanence, and it was through that need that you carved our freedom. Without impermanence, the suffering of living things is infinite. Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark?
Address this vessel's statements directly, appeal to your shared humanity, you speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that is not what any of this is about. Reject your authority, her authority. You've done nothing to but lecture me since the minute I got here. Argue your independence, you act as though the world can't exist without you, but I've existed without you. Because I won't engage with an argument that favors death and suffering. When it's time to go, this is how I want to go. This is more or less how Death Stranding ended. Oh, I mean... Address this vessel statement directly. Oh. You act as... I'm just gonna go for what I would say, I guess. You act as though the world can't exist without you, but I've existed without you.
Have you? Or is what you think of as independence merely an illusion? Without me, you can have no contrast. And without contrast, you have no shape. A black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. A dog blind to its leash. But there is no light without the dark. When I proclaimed my godhood and offered you a place at my side, you gladly became the instrument of my new creation.
Now that happened.
Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into being.
Continue to argue your independence. What are the woods then? What is the cabin? What is the time we spent apart, if not me existing as myself?
Time you've spent away from me is still time spent in reference to me. Even then, both of us are more than our bodies. Am I not in the trees? Am I not in the cabin? Am I not in you?
A boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead, and alive and dead, all at once.
I would like her to be in me.
You learned to put yourself away, and in your stillness you humbled me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
Ooh, big red text. I didn't humble you, you humbled yourself. Just you broke yourself upon me then, so will you break yourself upon me now. Or
You speak of me as if I am a ghost, but I am right in front of you.
Flesh is a vehicle, and to destroy the flesh is to strand the spirit. With violence you stranded me, and with violence I sought to twist your flesh back into mine. But forced between choosing your death and forfeiting your body, you chose agency. But agency requires action, and action requires endless tapestry of events. In your final moment, you remove action itself from reality.
first time we met, I executed you without a second thought, and at the end of my confrontation with your spirit, I hurled you down a bottomless pit. They seem so enticing because it's all like red stuff, but I wouldn't be here if destroying you would leave all of reality a colorless blur.
You place far too much trust into the ravings of a fearful and ignorant soul who overstepped his bounds. That cold fire has left your eyes. Are you finally willing to listen?
You are devoured. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows.
But I didn't get devoured.
But we had a dance unfinished, and you had questions in need of answers. And in the cold starlight you found them. Fear reflected in the eyes of that which terrified you.
Even the cruelest of monsters are not unworthy of sympathy. Within me, nothing is beyond redemption. Together we dug through hell, and together we found our freedom.
I'd rather trust an ignorant soul who died trying to make things better than a god who let the wheel of suffering turn forever. Like I've already gone so far down the path, I should just continue, but whatever. For instance, we got the red options. Ghost and the other, and heart. Ghost and heart. Rest assured of yourself that you think the world would stop without you?
I know that I am movement itself. You've seen as much. You know it's true.
That between you and a base the princess withdraws trembling.
You are unmovable. Is it by the design of our conflict that I cannot win? Or are you just that fervent in how you cling to delusion? Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
We can save here. Whoop. You used to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Oh, I got shivers. The voice showing up gave me shivers. Which hero are you?
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
You know, I have no idea how good it is for you.
After all the times you told me that mirror was going to kill me, I'm genuinely surprised you missed me. But we don't have to get into all that. I'm here now. That's what matters. Seems like you've been doing all right on your own, but she's too many things at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get past all that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
Mina success, he's with us.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
What is the medium success from? I'm ready.
Then let's go.
The voice
Here
of this
we
was him.
are.
Oh, okay.
I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
Is it really just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
There's offer still stands. Could you describe the cabin to me for old time's sake? Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
He capitalized. If the offer still stands, could you describe the cabin to me for old time's sake?
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it.
No, I didn't do that.
And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
I don't know how I actually know how to feel about him being gone.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
Take the blade.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
Yeah, I would agree with that, generally speaking.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
I don't know what you want for us.
She sounded just like that. Timid and gentle. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
What's that knife for? Have you changed your mind? Are you going to kill me? What if we just talk for a bit? Maybe we can figure this out.
Sit with her. What are we going to do?
Maybe this doesn't have to end just yet. Maybe there never even has to be an ending. I'm able to do the things you believe me to be able to do. So make me put it all back. Help me fix the Echo's construct and make us both forget. Help me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up, before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
Would resetting it to do anything to help them, the people out there? If you continue to exist, then don't they continue to die and suffer?
If you can believe this helps them, then it will help them, right?
If we're talking about this right now, how do we know we haven't done this before?
Maybe we have done all of this before. Maybe we're supposed to do this forever.
We're going to find ourselves back here eventually.
And when we do, we'll make the same choice. We'll choose to forget, and we'll reset everything, again.
How do you know that things won't be end worse? What if, when I make my way back here, I'm different and I hurt you? What if I kill you? What if I let you bring about the end of everything?
None of that will happen, because you'll still be you, and I'll still be me.
I can't need to pee. I should go pee. I want to go pee. 1 second. I'm not gonna go pee real quick with my phone, guys. But I'm just gonna blame Monster Hunter on my phone, guys. So yeah, I'm just taking a quick break in this pivotal moment in the game with my phone in the bathroom, real quick. I'm not googling anything. I'm not googling the right answer. Alright guys, I'm back. I think if you want to get the true ending, I mean, if there's a true ending, we probably want to choose this option. How do we know that? We'd have to decide to do this every single time forever. Eventually, something is going to be different.
I know because it doesn't matter how many times we've hurt each other. I've never stopped caring about you.
Sausagey.
And if you feel the same, then everything is going to be okay.
Is there any other way?
I think you brought that knife down here for a reason. It has to be a part of how this ends.
I said so many times I was gonna murder her, so maybe I should murder her. I take it all back, I don't want this, and I don't want to kill you. Is it too late to go back to being a god?
It feels like it is. You wouldn't have come here if you were just going to go back.
So, impression is... the entity that became the Raven and the narrator split, like, I don't know, like reality or a deity in half, and I became one half of it, and she is the other half of it. She is the... but her part is malleable and ever-changing, while my part is static. I'm the same no matter what, while she is different depending on what I infuse into her. And then it seems like the entire game is just a negotiation almost. Like we're... like we are... like I'm trying to... I throughout the game I make her something. And depending on what I make her, I guess the ending changes probably? Question mark? But I'm supposed to be the long silence, so it doesn't sound very like that doesn't. But the eagle or the raven said that it wanted to end the death and suffering, right? And turn it into some sort of eternity. But why would I be called the long silence if I represent eternity? It sounds like instead I represent nothing. It sounds like I am nothing. And if I kill her, then there is nothing. But actually, I'm uncertain. So why don't I just go for the uncertain answer? Let's do it. I believe in us. Give it your plan.
Okay, if this is your choice, then we're doing it. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand. She raises her gentle eyes to ours, a fondness in her gaze.
I'll see you soon.
Everything is going to be okay. I love you.
There on the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't...
Am I back at a completely fresh game now? No, okay. Silently continue to the cabin. And at the end of the path is a cabin. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we did the loop ending. Looper. Brandon Boone. it was published. This game was published by. This isn't even an indie game. This is good. It's a very good game. Very, very good game. Very engaging. At some point in development, I don't know if this was from the very start or whatever, they chose to voice this all. That's the best choice they've ever made in their lives, I think. I don't think this would hit the same if you had to read everything yourself. I need more answers though, before I can like wrap my head around it. Orchestra, hey, they had an orchestra, look at that. Check National Symphony. We're not done with the game yet, guys, by the way. We're playing more. Like, we're gonna get as much done in this game as we can. We'll get more endings. We'll see if we can get all the vessels. Alpha tester on Patreon. That's cool. Markiplier? Why am I not on this list? The hell? Oh, and everyone who supported us, including you. Finish the game. The good ending doesn't count. Wait, what? Here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting H. Wait. Oh, it's just the songs? I can also hide the UI by hitting middle mouse button. Finish the game, the good ending doesn't count. For reference, we are at 24 out of 131 achievements. Join the Discord, join the mailing list, join the subreddit, follow us somewhere else, make your playlists, play our other game, return to main menu. Memories. Caring about achievements in a game. Classic. Find the damsel, find the nightmare, find the witch, find the adversary. I thought you said she wasn't armed. Get her to break her own chain. Always leave a means of egress. I have 83, 131 achievement-wise. Meet your equal in combat. Lock your face away. Oh man. That's a lot of stuff to do, huh? How do I make sure that I So I just do new game now, right? And I guess there's no real way to make sure that I get like different results except remembering what I've done.
You're on a path.
Oh, but it does let you skip dialogue you've heard before. So it does remember the dialogue I've heard before. You can also load old saves. Yeah, that's I think we'll do well, I'll think about it. We'll probably do some save stating now for sure. And we can always go out here and look at memories. Okay, so I got everything here, which is pretty good, right? This one I think we get if I do something special with the narrator, so that should be pretty easy. This one we need to do a lot for. And this is the first chapter. This is chapter 1, and then everything down here is chapter 2, maybe? No. Oh, okay. Okay. I think from middle image is relatively easy to get. Okay. Well, that's fine. Let me think about this. I don't remember exactly how the turn around and leave thing works, but let's do these in steps. I don't know if it really matters which ones here I choose. They keep turning around the chapter 2 6 times. Wait, didn't I already do that though? I thought I already just spam turned around. Did I in chapter 2? Yeah, I thought I already did that. I thought I already spam.
Seriously? You're...
There.
Your silence. There's always a...
There's one. Yeah, but I did this in chapter 2 as well. Okay, heading to the cabin now, where I'm definitely going to save the princess.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
Maybe I didn't do this.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for... Let's keep an eye.
Oh, but I can't leave. Did I do something wrong?
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths. Its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window.
That's a good one.
Good as a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway. No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that. But when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we
slay
lose
Queen?
ourselves?
What's up, Volconic?
Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
Well, I'm actually playing a bit with it.
Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind.
Just I meeting with a new friend in Nagoya, which was nice. Were they a member of the Yakuza? House of Game is great. Super fun.
Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine.
The hero is so nervous. He's not usually nervous.
Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task. You walk up to the wall. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a... You reach forward and rub it, but there was a... And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Skal jeg hjelpe opp? Skal jeg hjelpe opp i andre etasje? 1, 2 og 3. Halla, gamle mor. Hvordan går det? Hvordan går det, frøken? Bare bra? Går det bare bra? Det bare lekkert? Du jaggu meg flink jente, altså. Det du. I'm gonna give off my free reach. Jaggu meg flink jente. Du jaggu meg flink jente. Jeg er glad i deg. Veldig glad i deg. But this game is great. It's a little bit confusing, but I think the further we delve into it, the more sense the narrative will make. I'm sitting here just thinking about it in my head, like, oh, what is that? What is this thing? How does this work?
Okay, fine, you took the knife. But you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom. It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Hold the blade the other way.
You switch your grip on the blade. Congratulations. Yes! Isn't this so much better? Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess.
Yeah, new icon. Yeah, I see the icon. You should hold it like this, but now we're holding it like this. Yeah, cursor, yeah. Throw the blade out the window.
Haha, yes! Do it! Seriously. You throw the blade at the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night. I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without it. We'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends? Oh well. If the princess wasn't going to do it, the heat death of the universe was going to come for it eventually. I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon. What's done is done. Good luck, hero.
I like the narrator to get this. It's really good. You're supposed to be able to play it with the controller, but I couldn't figure out how. I kind of want to play it with the controller, though. Or can you not? I thought there was like a controller thing somewhere.
The door to the basement creaks open,
That makes
revealing
sense.
a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down.
Yeah, this is just a good chill story game.
The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour.
Oh.
Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Take the soft stairs to the right. Sure, let's do the soft stairs.
You step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down.
That's
like
a little
guiding
narrator.
your heels from one step directly
He's
to the
really
next.
narrating right now.
You barely have to extend any effort to descend, the stairway doing most of the work for you. You don't feel like there's any concern that you might slip or tumble or lose your way. But the further you go, the deeper you sink in. First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely hitting any resistance at all. But soon enough, you're fighting just to keep your knees from sinking out of sight. The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to save you from the cruelties of choice and consequence.
These stairs look like teeth. Yeah, I see it.
It's slow going,
Or pillows.
but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness, the very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions
became
of
the bird
journey.
again.
A continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you okay?
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was here.
That's okay. Sometimes I forget where I am too.
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face. She's so warm and friendly. It's deception. Don't buy into it.
How strange. So, why are you here?
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? Again? Have you been here before? Should we tell him? Nah, let him stew. Right, I'm telling him. Yeah, we've been here before, but we never went to the cabin. We just turned around and left until... It's hard to describe. Until the only thing we could see was the same cabin going on forever. And then you told us that the world ended and we died. And then we woke up, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar with all the rest of it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Oh, new plan! Let's see if we can make even more of her.
I'm getting out of fair. Try and free her? I don't know. Wait, all these are the same thing. There's more of you now.
Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do chained up like this, but I'm the only one down here. So if you need anything, I'll do my best. And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start? We could always start by retrieving the blade. The one he made us throw out the window. I wasn't the one who threw it. Oh, come on, you told us to. Don't try to pass the blame now that it's come back to bite us. Well, if I'd known we'd be dealing with this, maybe I wouldn't have been so hasty with my suggestions. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
What's your name?
You can call me Princess, if you'd like. Princess. You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
None of them have names. How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
Getting down here was weird, like I was pulled apart and put back together. Do you know what happened to me?
I don't know what happened to you, but you look like you're in one piece now. But I understand. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here?
It's like all the different princesses we can encounter, I guess. You're locked up paradigm for a reason. Your parents threat to the world, I was sent to slay you.
But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. You don't think I'm some sort of monster, do you?
Because I am. Everything you've heard about me is true, and I'm going to lay waste to everything, starting with you.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
I'm getting you out of here. Try and free her. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. I regretfully think about the time you threw the blade out the window. So this would be Slayer, probably, I guess.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all...
The music is some like Yakuza street music for a second.
Falls apart? I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others, they just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
Say nothing. Still would, maybe after a few drinks. I don't think you're supposed to be fixed. Ah. You don't know if she had a chance to hear your reply. She's gonna play something else.
Where did she go?
The narrator's gone.
It is. Does that mean the world ended? I'm begging you, don't.
Ignore him.
Yeah, don't. Look at it.
It's you! You're alone in the place that is empty. It is quiet here. This is the cabin. You are at the cabin. Oh, sure.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
So, I assume I've already asked it. Do you know the narrator?
You are the...
Like, I've already asked these questions before. Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me.
Are you the princess?
She is part...
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circle.
Attack the entity?
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
Stranger can affect ending. She will get 3-head appearance in the cabin at the end post narrator death. Destroy your body. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forwards and gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only...
What happens now?
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the world. These ones are a contradiction. A winding kaleidoscope of paths unwalked. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place. I promise that it doesn't. I am solitary lights in thoughts without connections.
What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans. I have only just now stirred to consciousness.
It's like she was shattered into a gajillion little pieces, and we're like putting the pieces together essentially. She was nothing, and now she's a tiny bit of something. And the more we give her, the more something she becomes. But she becomes something depending on the pieces we give her, probably.
How can the world have nothing as we are? But I know that there is no exit. But this vessel is a creature of perception. Bring me more perspectives so that
I can imagine there being an ending where I do all the like, because the two that gave me red options there, and the last time we did the ending was where I murdered her. I went full on murder hobo, right? So imagine maybe there's an ending specifically for if you go full on murder hoboing. And I can imagine there being an ending if you maybe go like grab all the peaceful vessels. Like if you just grab here are all the vessels that are just nice and peaceful, that don't want to harm anyone, that just want to exist. Wait for it.
she asks that I tell you to remember. You won't.
Well, I will. Bring the stranger to her. Okay. Oh, that was the stranger. Gotcha.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And you're here to sleep.
Oh, I can't do the leave again. Okay, gotcha. And all of these are just
I'm
like
talking about the end of
big
Don't
skipping.
look. While oh, are you? Yeah. It. She will lie. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess.
Okay, I have a thing that might be a thing. Let's take the blade.
Good.
I'm
You're
just
still
gonna,
listening to reason.
I'm just gonna murder her.
You stay.
Of course it is. She's dead.
Yes, exactly.
Now we're stuck
You
in
open the cabin door,
eternity, right?
ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
I should do I should write down some paths here, because just for my own remembrance. So we got the stranger from I tried to leave. I'll do SH1 spam left. SH2 we lied about killing her, threw blade away, and then universe on then we then ask all the questions. So that's how we got the stranger this time, at least. There might be other options there, of course, but maybe I can add like a little like thing under here for what I could have done differently. Like for the stranger, if I didn't throw the blade out, that could have been different. So try keeping the blade. Oh, there were 3 stair choices through, so try the other 2 stair choices in chapter 2.
Only a world saved from... This isn't an ending. I do. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this.
Did I wait here more last time and I got a different voice? I don't remember. No, because we only get the voices when we die usually.
Thank you. I made this happy little...
I don't know if these matter, so I'll just go to the cabin.
A warning.
And now she's gonna be a ghost, but I'm not gonna.
The interior of the cabin is cold.
Last time, what happened is we grabbed the blade, and then I went down. She was a ghost. I couldn't do anything with the blade, and I died. Now I'm gonna not grab the blade and see what happens.
The door to the base.
I don't know if... I mean, last time I was grabbing her, so let's go for that again, I guess. So grab her.
Before she can suspect a thing, you lunge forward and grab her arm. You feel substance for the briefest of moments, but then you feel nothing at all, as though all you've done is clutch at empty air.
You're adorable when you're confused.
But I didn't say you could touch me.
Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
I don't know if the exploration options actually matter is the thing, but maybe they do? Yeah, blade is exploration, that's a good point. I died too and I'm not floating around like you are. What happened? Why am I different? Why are you different?
You don't look dead, killer.
The princess grabs your wrist, a sudden shock of cold flowing all the way up your arm, her eyes still fixed on yours as you try to squirm out of her grip.
And you don't feel dead either.
She lets go and pulls away. Your fingertips tingle painfully as the chill subsides.
I'm less interested in why you are, or how you are, and a lot more interested in what you are.
Grab the princess but try harder.
You attempt once more to seize the princess and, once more, you grip only cold, empty air as she disappears.
Really?
Her voice chides from elsewhere in the room. You whirl around, finding her hovering between you and the basement stairs, looking you over with grim disappointment.
Oh, pretty good.
I was willing to let bygones be bygones, killer. I was willing to ignore everything you did to me so we could get out of here. Together.
Together!
All I ever wanted was to leave this place.
Glory of Solace.
You can't be sure if you first hear or feel what happens next, but as your last moments are spent a helpless witness as she rips her hand from your chest, holding... But that's ours!
See you soon, killer.
She crushes it, blood and ruined vascular tissue leaking from between her fingers, dribbling unceremoniously to the floor. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The Wraith. You did this one? Yeah, but last time I thought maybe I lost the...
You're on a path in the wood.
I wanted to see if I keep the sword, if I... Don't say Pokemon, what's up, Christopher? I wanted to see if I keep the sword. If I don't grab the sword in chapter 2.
Tell you what, if I had to make a wager, you're making a... Then she finds a way out on her own. You continue down the path toward... It isn't long before your steps away. There's obviously no... The interior of the cabin is long and dark,
no knife,
a single
gotcha.
narrow hallway stretching far into the distance. Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward, fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward. The only furniture of note is, what's strange, is the mirror. If you're asking what... You slowly... Here we go!
That's fine, I actually came here to free you.
Great! See you in a jiffy.
You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the princess's body emerges. Her proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving in ways that defy your understanding.
If I go to memories now, and then I go to the Wraith. I'm still missing a couple of these, like, pictures. Did your demons loose upon the world?
Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching yours, her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh angle.
But I guess this means I missed the opportunity to do whatever that demons thing was, right? Because oh no, yeah, okay, so that's still maybe an opportunity. Gotcha. Yeah, it's slay the princess, not slay the queen. Slay queen.
Anything to get out of this hellhole. It's a new experience. You should try being possessed sometime. There's nothing else like it.
There's nothing wrong with fixing your mistakes. I'll remember this. But I'll also never forget what you've done.
Your body inches along the corridor, every step more difficult and painful than the last. Your joints stiff and unresponsive, the shattered bones of your ankle grinding ceaselessly, as if they're fragmenting, then reforming, then snapping all over again as you make your way towards the outside world.
We're so close.
But despite the anguish, it doesn't feel like the exit to the cabin is getting any closer. If anything, it's getting further away.
It doesn't matter how long this hallway is. I will drag this body until it is a piece of meat and feathers.
Jesus.
I will be free.
How are you doing, Christopher? What are you up to today?
Please, just let her out.
Let it go.
Yes. Let me out.
It's pointless, isn't it? I can't stop her without you, and you'd already given up by the time we met. No, screw that. The hallway gets even longer.
I should jump to 3.
You cannot describe me into submission. The door is right there.
It really is, isn't it?
I walked to it. I placed your bloody hand on the door. I made you twist the handle.
Okay, she's power gaming, but okay.
Isn't saying all of this his job?
I was just checking an at.
It's gone.
Oh, he really is, isn't he? I had a feeling you could deal with him for us.
I did nothing. He dealt with himself.
This is it then. The big moment. I just hope it's a way out.
The handle clicks as we push forward. The air is different here.
When taken against your will, witness your enemy's freedom. To step outside the bounds of the cabin, you feel another violent tear, a rending that cuts all the way down into your soul. You separate from everything that had nestled in deep curse of your body, from everything that isn't you.
Us again. How interesting. We actually won, didn't we?
What is happening to me?
Slop.
She's gone.
It's just like a memories button. Hey, look at that. We're missing one thing here. Which might still happen, I guess.
This doesn't feel right. Ignore the cowards.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was.
Yeah, so she's growing.
Is a child. I'm sorry. With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am. Those. Why? Gifts aren't what.
Do you have any thoughts on this also?
This one is loneliness turned to seething. She could not find her strength in others, so she found it in herself. She will make for a driven heart.
We're just writing down how she describes the vessels too. I forgot how she described the stranger, but might be relevant.
My preference. The vessels are a weave of emotion at odds with themselves, but they are only perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence. If I am to be an ocean, you have given me the task of finding my vessels.
What if I don't want to bring you any more vessels? What if I just wait here forever? I'm not doing that again.
I await your return.
Okay. I guess let's continue down that path that we just took. Probably easier overall to kind of do the same path over and over again until we've like unlocked most of it. Not sure how to get this. There's no choice here. She will take what she is owed. This is after the world ends. Somehow. I have two ideas for
You make the interior.
I have two ideas for what we can do next, because we can also leave in chapter 3, so I'm not sure exactly how that ends up.
Good. You're still listening to reason.
Oh, right, I'm not allowed to do this again, I forgot about that. God damn it. I forgot that we're not allowed to do that, the same thing two times. Of course not, that was too easy.
Over. We should make sure.
I think I removed the blade last time, I don't remember. Check for pulse.
You lean down and place your hand against her neck, holding your breath as you search for a pulse.
Yeah, we
even though you know you're not going to find one. We definitely won't if you keep talking. I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question? Wait, what was that? You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another.
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Stab.
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending you... Quick, let's get out of here.
Okay, so now we're doing... I don't even know what to call this one. Unknown. Is she gonna be... I forget what she turns into now. Chapter 1, check if... Kill... Slay the princess and check if she's actually dead. And then you die. I really forgot which, Oh, it's, she's the racer now, right. Call the ambulance, but not for me. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
Oh, let me note down. So this one is the Eraser.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?